Out at Kennecott County Park in Danville, Illinois, and I'm taking the original Mini 5 Pro battery out of this Mini 5 Pro. It's 2788 milliamp hour. What we're going to do is replace it with this Mini 3/Mini 4 battery. Now, it's not only a Mini 3 or 4 battery, it's a plus battery. It's got over 3,400 milliamp hours, 3,450 to be exact. We're going to pop this guy in. We're going to see how long this will actually fly this drone and if we're going to have any kind of problems. And we are ready to go. I'm going to pull this timer down so I can start it off right when we get a fly-in. Here we go. And let's start it. And let's get that timer. And we got the timer. It's going to stay right up here. And here we go. We're going to test how long we can fly with this guy. Here we go. Let's get some height. And the Mini 3 Pro seems to be doing pretty good. There's a lot of birds in the area. And we're gonna go up just a little bit above those guys. And there we go. I'm gonna fly and see how much time we can get out of this. And we got some really nice terrain and a really nice view going on there. So I'm gonna get a little bit of that in 4K right now. I do have it on the intermediate speed. So it's in N or normal mode. And I'm quite a distance up there. We are at 1 minute and 35 seconds. And there's the drone. I'm gonna actually go ahead and stop the recording. I'm coming down and trying to get away from birds right now. So I'm coming right back toward me here. I'm gonna get a little bit of this lake because it's such a nice view. I'm gonna go over and circle back around. We are at 2 minutes and 20 seconds. There's a nice view over there. We have a really nice little mini kind of old-fashioned town in that area. And here's the lake. I am in 4K and I'm getting the camera angle just right so you can get a really nice view of this lake that I'm at. You can see the home point and that's where I'm at. And there we go, a real nice view of that lake. Now, while it is recording, it's going to take a little extra power. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. And we're going to go way up there. Let's get about 200 feet, actually, not way up there. We'll get about 200 feet. And we're going at 23 miles an hour approximately, give or take. And what we're going to do is simply fly this out until there's nothing left of this battery. We're at, what, 78% it looks like. Go ahead and circle this guy right back around toward me. And there's our home point, which that means that's where I'm at. And again, there's a really nice lake. I may get a little bit of this angle. There we go, get that kind of lined up. and give you another unique view of part of this lake. There's a really nice little area where they've restored some old buildings. And we'll get a little bit of that in there. There's some of that. Doing a little bit of a turn there. Yeah, you can kind of see everything down there. All right. And again, I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, there's a train car there too, by the way. That used to be an old restaurant in the area, actually. They had the dining room inside that, which was really nice. All right, there's another little lake area. It's really nice to view some of this out here. Remember the outdoors and why we all really love going to the parks and enjoying the outdoor life. There's our home point again, which is where we're at. I'm gonna keep this in the area. What a sunset there. Look at that. The upper right corner there, you can see a really nice Midwestern sunset. And we do have really nice sunsets around here. Let's check in on our time. We're at just about 5.5 minutes in. And I am taking this in kind of circles to keep it somewhere around the area where I'm at, because I am planning on draining this battery down. So right now we're at 5 minutes, 45 seconds. We're at 67% still. And again, this is the plus battery. And there's the sunset showing off that low light capability that this drone does have. Okay, we'll just do some regular flying from here, because I do want to conserve the battery just to see how much flight time we get. Let's go ahead and check this little pond out over here. Pretty neat little area here. I am at a county park in the town that I grew up in, just outside of it. So I know the area pretty good, but I would prefer not to have this drop out of the sky for some reason or another. And I really don't want to lose it. And where are we at? Just under 7 minutes. And here at 7 minutes, we'll check in. We'll see what that power is. Looks like it's gonna stay right there at, well, it's at 59% over 7 minutes into this flight. So we're doing pretty good. And it seems to be flying great. We don't have a whole lot of wind today. It's really calm right now, at least where I'm at. When you go up a little bit, you tend to have a little more wind, right? But where I'm at, I would say it's about 5-mile-an-hour winds. So we can get, actually we can gauge a pretty good idea of how much endurance this plus battery will give us in the Mini 5 Pro. And again, just to remind you, it is a Mini 3/Mini 4 series battery. It wasn't necessarily designed for the Mini 5 Pro. Now we're going to drain this thing way down. I don't want to ruin the battery, but I do want to drain this thing way down so we can see how much actual time. And we can see up there, just the upper part, middle left part of the screen, it says Mini 3 Plus battery. The time right now is 8 minutes and 30 seconds. And we just passed that. So we're at just under 9 minutes here. We're working on 9 minutes of flight time. And we have recorded a few times, which probably is going to take the total time down just a little bit. And I am going to actually go over, and to make this a little more realistic, more than likely we're not going to fly straight out the whole time with one of these batteries. When we're shooting, drop that camera angle, actually the other way. Let's drop down a little bit. We'll watch our height there so we don't clip any trees, but let's get a 4K of this. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Got some really good scenery out here. I know a lot of people will complain in the area about there's not much to do, but man, when you go out to these nature areas here in the Vermilion County area in Illinois, they do have some really nice parks, some really nice views. Look at that. Isn't that amazing though? Okay, we're just gonna flip back around and we're gonna hover there a minute. And let's just look on the screen at this. I'm not gonna even record. Coming straight back toward ourselves. Yeah, again, we're going on 10.5 minutes just to do a check-in there on time. 10.5 minutes. We've been pretty much flying the whole time, not even really giving it much of a break. Now, more than likely, this isn't even going to be realistic to put this much in this quick as far as how much drain on this battery, because you're not going to fly the whole time more than likely. There's our home point. I'm going to just get the drone over here. And to make it a little more realistic, we're going to drop this guy down. I wouldn't mind getting a nice little 4K shot of some of these trees anyway. There we go. We're going to do that. We're going to make it more realistic, like more real world. And we'll set up for our shot. And let's see, I kind of like, what do you think? Maybe you can mention in the comments, let me know, you know, the timestamp of which one of these views that you would prefer. I'm going to go ahead and back up, get it centered, and I think that'll look good. And I'm going to go ahead and get that in 4K with a flyover. Let's do a straight flyover right now. Look at that view with the sun, the sunset going right through the trees. Isn't that a nice view? Wow. Yeah, I think that's just amazing. Really makes you feel at peace, you know? Okay, we're going to stop there. We're going to get a little height because we're getting a little close to those trees. Okay, and we'll come back this way. I'm going to do a little reveal shot. And there we go. Let's get that sunset in 4K right now as we come back. Look at that. Going about 20 miles an hour back toward this way, 23. There we go. Look at that. Okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to also drop this down for a little more of a reveal kind of shot. And one of the nicer things in this area, which a lot of people do things like wedding photos out here, is these little, no, it just seems silly, but they're dead trees in the water, but they have that look. So I'm going to try and do a few just finesse shots, you know, kind of reveal things. And I'm going to 4K it. And let's try and do a rotation kind of shot. There we go. Kind of a rotation reveal. Look at that. Isn't that nice? And we could go a little bit faster, but I really like these slower ones. Isn't that neat? It's going to end up showing me here in a minute because it's really close to me. There we go. Check in. We're over 14 minutes in. We have 27% battery life left. And we are doing some filming. This is real world though. This is what you're going to do. There I am. Hello, drone. Hello, people in the audience. Okay, that looks nice. Let's go ahead and go up. And let's do some more kind of shots that you might do to make this realistic as far as the time. Because I know DJI says these guys go for 35 minutes and such, but in the real world, we're using this to record videos. So I think it's okay to set up and get some video work, not to mention do real world shots. There we go. That's nice. Look at that. It's a beautiful shot. Does it even get better than that? There's some 4K for you. That's nice. And we're kind of zooming it back over, doing our normal setup. I'm doing some more real world things just to get an accurate time out of this Plus battery. We're at 15 minutes and 55 seconds. Nearly 16 minutes in, and we have 21% battery life left. So once we get a little lower, I'll probably bring this guy back over this way. When it starts giving me warnings, it may try and, there we go, a little bit of recording. I could probably go a little faster. There we go. There's some really nice footage there. Okay, we'll go ahead and bring that guy up and we'll bring it back just like if we were flying, you know, in a real world scenario or situation. And say we're setting up for shots. And where are we at? We are 17% battery life. Okay, now that we are at...
Battery level is low.
Okay.
Aircraft will return to the home point in 10 seconds. Low battery. Return to home promptly.
Okay, I stopped.
Return to home.
I hear you.
Low battery. Return to home promptly.
Okay, it will not let me turn that off. It's really wanting me to return to home. It's probably sensed that that's not the original battery, but I want to keep flying it. I want to keep going. There's a real nice little area. I think it'll be okay. Yeah, we're sucking a little extra power out of that guy. There we go. Okay, it's giving me all kinds of warnings. It will not. See if I can turn these warnings off. You can see I'm right over in that area there. I am trying to make it. There, I have. And it will fly with caution. That's fine. But I still want to fly. I want to fly this battery out, at least down to 5% or something. I don't want to give up just yet. Don't want it to come crashing down from hundreds of feet in the air, but I'm not ready to stop this test yet. We are at 10%.
Critically low battery warning.
Okay, we are getting, even at 10%, it's not allowing me. And it may be because of the voltage of this. Sorry you gotta listen to all this, but I think
Landing.
it's forcing me to land. No, I was about to land in some weeds. It's at 5%. I'm gonna go ahead and let it land at this point. Probably gonna chop a little grass. Okay, that's where we're at. Let's go ahead and stop this guy. Well, we got 19 minutes and 57 seconds, about 20 minutes. We got, what is that, 7% battery life left, and it landed by itself. We are done with this test. All right, you've seen it. We did the best we could, and it forced me to land at 7%. We were right at 20 minutes pretty much. So we got 20 minutes of good, useful battery. I did do a lot of recording. I was using the acceleration quite a bit, probably more than the normal real world. So that's what we get, about 20 minutes of good, useful battery out of the Battery Plus. That is the Mini 3 and Mini 4 series Battery Plus. Thank you for watching, and hope I'll see you in the next video.